Today on Recipes with Randall, we're making fucking turkey soup with wild rice. Today you're gonna need some turkey, onions, carrots, some chicken stock. That's easy to make. You literally just boil some chicken legs in some water and then you save the fucking water afterwards. Freeze it, do whatever you need to do. And then you're gonna have your goddamn, of course, wild rice, the magic fucking grain itself. Now for the wild rice, you are going to totally want to cook separate in a different pot, or if you have an Instapot, you'll know how to follow the instructions and just do what it says. If it says 1 cup of rice, do 2 cups of water, 45 minutes, don't take the lid off, let it simmer. But in this case, we're just doing 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of water, and that's where we're going to get for this blend. If you don't have chicken stock, or you're vegetarian, you can obviously make some veggie stock. Use the Knorr fucking cubes. Use one of these things in 2 liters, maybe 3 liters of water, and you'll be good to go. But your first step you're really going to want to do is get your baking sheet like this and have your oven preset to 350, and you're just going to want to give a nice little layer of that so your turkey doesn't stick. You are going to be cooking your turkey off in the damn oven. So get your little legs in there. Oh, don't get that little piece, that's going to make it taste like shit. Well, I don't know, leave it in there if you want your food to taste like shit. Maybe you hate your family, I don't know. Since it's going in the soup and you're going to be seasoning your soup with other ingredients, you're not going to want to season your turkey too heavily while it bakes in the oven, but a little bit of salt and some poultry seasoning will go a long way. So just like that. There you go. And then you take your salt and then just and that's a technique that you are going to want to be doing. You are obviously going to have to clean your fucking countertops afterwards. You're going to want to peel your carrots. And then once they're peeled, you're going to want to look for that little end right there. And there you go. And once it's cut like this, you're going to want to make nice little coins. Once your carrots are cut into nice little coins like this will be good. You know, if you want, you can cut them into smallers. If you have to, cut your carrots in half and then turn them into coins or do quarters. You can always do that, so depending on what size you're wanting. The next step you're going to want to do is get your onion, and you're going to want to cut off the sides like that. Once the sides are cut like that, you're going to cut them in halves. Peel them, and then once they're peeled, you're going to just chop them down the size like that. I have a relatively small onion. It's not like the size of this onion, so if it was this big, I'd be cutting it and I'd be dicing it up. I'd be getting it in nice little cubes. I've also had people ask me, Randall, what's the difference between the red onion and the white onion, and why are you using white onions for soups and these for salads and sandwiches? I'll tell you right now, it's because this has some spice to it. It's, you know what I mean? If you eat this thing raw, it's not going to taste very good. It's going to burn your mouth a little bit. The red onion, however, it's a little bit sweeter. You can actually bite into this thing and it's not going to burn your mouth the same way the white onion does. White onions you want to use in your sauces, your soups, and you're going to want to cook them down and get them nice and translucent. See how it's all nice and white right now? When we cook it down, it's going to be see-through. Like you could read a love letter through it. However, with these guys, you want to use this in a burger, sandwiches, chicken salad sandwiches, and salads in general. There's so many things you can use a red onion for, but you do not want to use it for soups. Like you can, but I don't recommend it. I also do recommend using this for, if you're going to caramelize it down, you can make a nice onion jam. If you want to just make sauteed and caramelized onions, use white. Okay, so we got our onions and our carrots all cut up. You can also add celery to this recipe if you like. Celery makes this a nice mirepoix. You're going to want twice as much onions as you do carrots and celery combined. Oh, my element's burning. Look at that. Anyways, let's turn that down a bit then. So we got that heated up, and what you're going to want to do is get some nice olive oil. Get a little bit in there in the pan, or the pot. And you're going to want to allow that to cook down for a bit. So like I was saying, if you have celery, it goes really nice to this recipe. You can even add garlic to this. You'll notice I do not cook with a lot of garlic. I have a garlic intolerance, so that is why I do not cook with it. But at this point, you're just going to want to let this cook down a bit until it gets nice and translucent. So you'll see what I mean in a moment. Another good tip to do while you are cooking is grab your salt and your pepper, and as you are cooking ingredients, season everything as you go. If you're seasoning your stock, you're seasoning your rice, you're seasoning your turkey, you're seasoning your vegetables, everything's been seasoned nicely to the point where it tastes good. When you combine all your ingredients together, you're not going to have to probably add any more salt or pepper. Everything's going to be already infused together in a nice, good flavor. As you can see, I got a few bay leaves in there, some parsley, just chilling with the stock. I'm letting it seep at very low heat right now. I'm not trying to get this to simmer until I get the vegetables ready to cook. Then I'll bring that up to a nice simmer, and then I'll let them kind of infuse together till the rice and the turkey are ready to go in. Okay, they're starting to get translucent. You can see some are starting to become a little bit more see-through, but then you'll see ones like that have a fair amount of white and don't look cooked yet, where these ones look like they're cooked. So if it looks like that, keep on cooking out until everything looks more like this. Okay, look at that. The onions are looking more translucent. That's just signpost that things are being cooked. I think I see a few more little pieces just like that one right there. Needs a little bit more time. But I'll show you a trick. If things aren't cooking fast enough, you take your spoon and you go... Wow, look at that. It's already done. Alright, looks like our stuff is fucking almost done. So the most important part, make sure your fucking element is off. You don't want to burn down your fucking house. Oh, look at that. That's how you start a fire. Yep, get your hot veggies into the nice mix. There we go. You're just going to want to let this sit for a bit, you know what I mean? Don't be afraid to taste it. Add some salt, add some pepper. You know what I mean? Make this the way you want to have it. If you want garlic, put garlic in there. Like I said, I have a garlic intolerance. I can't eat that shit. But we're going to let that seep and all those flavors combine until the rice and the turkey are done, and then we're going to combine that and our fucking soup is made. Alright, so we've added some of the wild rice to the soup, and we can see we've got lots of onions, lots of carrots in there. We have to make sure we have lots of turkey, but we got a lot of veggie mix. We can even maybe add a little bit more rice. You don't want to add all your rice. I know I said we're using 2 cups of wild rice for the recipe, but I forgot to mention some of that was going to be for my meal prep, and some of that was going to be for, you know, other things other than just a soup. But we're probably going to add maybe a cup of rice, a cup and a half of rice from the original recipe that was cooked off, and this is how it's looking. Make sure your meat is cooked above 165 Fahrenheit. And don't just check one piece, make sure you check all and you get your thermo right close to the bone. Oh, I thought this was at 150 there. I was going to be like, oh, if this was the Cooking with Jack show, that'd be edible. It's at 188, all of them. This guy, the one I'm worried about the most. He's the big guy. Oh. Drop down, I was worried. So when your turkey legs are cooked and they're ready to rock and roll, all you're going to really have to do is let them cool down. I didn't cook them at 400 degrees to get the nice crispy crackly skin, more or less. I just wanted the poultry seasoning kind of to seep in, get a little bit of flavor in there so, you know, it's a little bit seasoned, but we're going to be not be using the skin, you know what I mean? I don't want to put skin in turkey soup. I don't think you want to either. So this is going to get cooled down. We're going to rip all the meat off. We're going to season it again. And then once it's seasoned, tasting great, it's going to get added to the pot and our recipe is done. Alrighty, so we cut up the turkey and we shredded it. Be careful if you're doing turkey drumettes. They are going to have little bone fragments in them and little tendons. So you're going to want to really pick through that and get them nice and good. The longer you cook your turkey legs, the more tender they are going to be and fall right off the bone. So that is something you might want to do. But I wanted mine to be a little bit more harder to work with so it stays nice and good in the soup. So yeah, that was Recipes with Randal. And this was the turkey and wild rice with obviously the carrots and the onions.
Fucking bullshit, fucking bullshit, fucking bullshit, holy shit, oh fucker, fucking bullshit.